Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Let's Have a Pint. Today we have Stoutello from Knee Deep Brewing Company. It is a milk stout. Sorry, I have iced tea. It's delicious. It's my second favorite. Third favorite beverage. Water is number one. Beer is number two. 6% alcohol by volume, 40 IBUs. It gets an average rating of 3.84. It's a chocolate hazelnut milk stout is the description for it. I bought a 4-pack of this. I did already drink one. I don't know. I like the can. I do, but thing is, I just was before I did the video. I got my stout glass. I was looking at their list of beers. This thing has no head whatsoever. It's got fingers worth of head. The head's lighter color. Small bubbles. There is no seeing through this son of a bitch. But yeah, I was, and Untapped was showing like the first 23 beers. I think 20 of them were Pale Ale, IPA, or Double IPA. This is my issue with the style of IPA. Pale Ale through Double Pale Ale. Or Double Indian Pale Ale. I would like to have more from Knee Deep. I would. I can see bubbles coming up from the bottom. Just a little bit there. I'm sure it's all around, but no, it's not. There's little trinkets of it. It's mostly on this side. Not very much over here, but it's pretty much everywhere on this side. But we might never do another Knee Deep beer. I honestly do. I like hoppy beers. I like IPAs. But I've bitched about this 50 million times. You go to the store, 50% of what you're going to find is Pale Ale, IPA, Double IPA. So it's all hop forward beer. 50% of it is hop forward. You go to a bar, it's going to be about 50%. Some breweries like Knee Deep, it's 95% of what they brew is hop forward. Once again, somebody posted a picture on a beer group I'm on. Last time it was Breckenridge Brewing. 4 out of 5 of their tap handles were hop forward beer, were IPA or Double IPA. This one, it was a smaller brewery, I don't remember the name of it. But they had about 20 taps. One was a stout. Everything else was IPA. Or Double IPA or Pale Ale. And that is my issue with the styles of Double IPA, IPA, and Pale Ale. I enjoy them. I have grown to hate them, though. I enjoy them. I will drink them. They are very delicious, for the most part. And like I've said in the past, the good part of it is, if it's a very good IPA, it will rise to the top. Or more likely, what's at the top is incredible, because the market is so incredibly oversaturated. To be able to make it, to have your IPA be able to make it, it has to be incredible. It does. Stout is probably the second biggest style going right now. And, for your beer for your stout to make it, it doesn't necessarily have to be huge. For your stout to make it, it doesn't necessarily have to be incredible, which I'm not saying that's a knock necessarily against IPA. That's the one positive to the oversaturation of IPA. You can have decent stouts, make it, because there's not a whole lot. You go to the store, maybe 30% of the beer there are porter, stout, Baltic porter, and an imperial stout, which you can easily go to the store and not even find a Baltic porter. I'd love to see that style pick up more traction, because it's a beautiful style of beer. And here's the thing: if IPA or double IPA has a slight bit more, wow, that was really bad, had a slight bit more popularity than everything else, and it wasn't 10 times more popular than everything else, I'd still love them. And don't get me wrong, double IPAs and IPAs are somewhere between the 5 and 10 range for favorite styles of beer. The styling of what this is, a milk stout, is probably between 4 and 8. But anyways, enough bitching about IPAs and how Knee Deep is 95% IPA. Well, that's one thing I do love about Evil Twin. Yes, their top 1 or 2 beers are IPA. Then you get like a list of 15 Imperial Stouts. That's awesome. Or like Clown Shoes is pretty similar. Not quite as much as like Evil Twin is. So, on the nose, you definitely pick up that hazelnut. It's definitely the big thing in the nose. There's subtle hints of chocolate, but it is definitely big time hazelnut, which isn't done often enough in stouts. We've kicked that up again to 2 fingers of a head. Curious if I can kick up even more head. Oh yeah, that's slightly above 2 fingers of head again. Or now. But they're the ones that do that Breaking Bud, or whatever the hell the beer is called. And if there is another beer from them that I get that is not like a stout or a porter or something, that might be it. What I appreciate about this one, it's stout brewed with cocoa nibs and natural flavor added, which that could fucking mean anything. But it also contains lactose. When you have a milk stout, you have to have a lot of that. It has to add sweetness. That was my issue with Moon Bear. It had no sweetness whatsoever. It was a completely bitter milk stout. And that's counterintuitive, in my opinion, for a milk stout. You can have some bittering in there. That's completely fine. There is no reason that you can't have bittering in a milk stout. But if it's just bittering, and there's no sweetness to it, it's hard to say it's a milk stout because it's misleading. It was a beautiful beer, and I loved it to death, but it was misleading as far as that goes, and the head is evaporated quickly. It's not really coating the glass like I would like. Definitely get that hazelnut. You definitely get the lactose too. better than I remember the other can that I had. It's coating the glass now. It's better than I remember. You definitely get hazelnut first, then you get the lactose, the sweetness. Hazelnut hits you right away and rides throughout the entire uh, mouth portion. I think the lactose kicks in the middle. Lactose kicks in the middle. It's there on the end. It's a little bigger on the end than it is in the middle. But at the end of the day, this is hazelnut, and I enjoy it a lot. I really don't remember what this retails for, though. For when I get to that part, I really don't remember the part of if I'd buy it again. I don't remember what. I don't think there's a Best Buy date on here or anything, which is kind of disappointing. I mean, you got a big open space here. You could have thrown a date in there, throw it down there where most breweries do. It just says 20. But it is very much, you get hazelnut and a little bit of sweetness behind the hazelnut. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a 6% milk stout. It's not meant to be this big beastly beer. It's meant to be very much what it is. Chocolate hazelnut milk stout. Chocolate hits in right away with the hazelnut. It's very subtle. Oh yeah. So this is a lot better than I remember the last can being. Chocolate kicks out somewhere in the middle. It's not there on the finish. So the beer starts out on the front of your palate with the chocolate and hazelnut. Middle of the palate, the lactose comes in, adding a little more sweetness with that chocolate. Then on the finish, the chocolate is gone. The hazelnut sticks around, and that lactose is a little more forward, probably because the chocolate is gone. It's not really coating the glass. But it's not bad at all. Trying to think, right? Do I have a knock on this beer? Like, when I bought it, I didn't know if it was old, because this one was also on clearance. But I thought, it's a fucking stout. Unless it's extremely old, it's not going to be, like, this could have been brewed at the beginning of the year. Yes, it might only be 6%, but being a stout, it should be fine. It won't taste as good if it was brewed in the first few months of the year. But if I had to guess, this was brewed 5 months ago. You know, so 5, 6, 7, 8. So it could have been March but see, even that seems too long ago. I would honestly guess this was brewed in April. They love to play. Well, he loves to play. Hi, Tiffany. Luna likes to sometimes, but not typically. He, this light is being weird in this video. But, what are you, weirdo? Yeah, your sister didn't come over here, dum-dum. But actually, I thought I was going to go into this review, not saying, like, that this sucks or anything, but saying, like, this seems way too light for any sort of stout. Almost as light as the original American Guinness is, the Guinness Drought, which, don't get me started on fucking Guinness Drought. I won't drink it, period. Extra stout, I'll do. I would love to be able to find foreign export stout again, because that is an absolutely beautiful beer. Which, from what I've heard, is what Guinness is to the rest of the world. But, yeah, I thought I was going to go into this going, it seems way too light. It seems way too bland for a stout. Maybe there was something wrong with the other can. But the hazelnut in this is beautiful. It's really complementing the rest of the beer. I think what I'll rate it is a 4.5, which I think first rating was 4.25, so up slightly. This cannot be old. I don't know why it was on clearance, but fun fact, I think this was the only beer in their top 10 list on here that was not an IPA. Basically, I'm never going to have much interest in Knee Deep Brewing because Knee Deep Brewing is an IPA company. Where's the wheat beers, the Kolchas, the sours, any sort of sour? Where's the brown ales? There's not much that is malt forward. There is nothing yeast forward that was listed on there. Where are those kind of beers? That's my issue, but anyways, 4.5. Would I buy this again? Absolutely, I would, actually. That hazelnut is incredible. If I'm craving hazelnut, there's no doubt I'll pick up a 4-pack of this. If it's sounding even decently, good, like, yeah, I could enjoy that, I'll pick it up. Because then I'll probably sip it and go, yeah, that's perfect. But yeah, I'll, like I said, I don't know what it is. I should say this. If it's $8.99, $9.99, $10.99, I'd pick it up again. If it's $11.99, $12.99, or like $13.99, no. For what it is, that would be way too much. I do appreciate, once again, though, I have to say, I appreciate that it's an actual pint and it's in a can. I appreciate both of those things for it. It's not going to get extra points for that, but I appreciate that. So anyway, that's all I have for this episode. Until next time, Prost.